Hey YouTube, what up? I want to come through and talk for a moment about something that I've seen recently. Let me get this camera right. Alright, let me get this motherfucking camera right. Alright, I think it's good. Okay, so I heard on the radio Queen Latifah, right? We all know Queen Latifah, right? I heard Queen Latifah promoting. Well, let me go into it first. Okay, so Queen Latifah was on the radio. She was speaking about her parents and how they wanted her to go to pursue higher education, to go to college. And she said that, that's one of her biggest regrets is that she's never pursued higher education. And I was like, when I was, when I first initially heard that, I was like, "Aw, uh, that sucks." Um, and then I continued listening to the commercial, and in the commercial, she's started to promote Strayer University, which is a for-profit college. And I wasn't expecting that, honestly. I was expecting her to promote like some type of a foundation that she's created, or maybe a foundation that she's the spokesperson for. But no, she's promoting for-profit colleges. And any celebrity, especially, any black celebrity especially, who's promoting for-profit colleges, basically promoting for-profit colleges to other black people, is honestly not a celebrity that you should be trusting. Either they're extremely ignorant or they are extremely money hungry. All right? Because for-profit colleges are horrendous. They will take your money. Right? They will overcharge you for classes that you can get at like community college or trade schools or even like a 4-year university. In some cases, they will overcharge you by a lot. And for-profit colleges typically are viewed as like diploma mills, and I don't even think employers take for-profit colleges seriously. And I'm looking at these black celebrities who promote for-profit colleges, like Queen Latifah, Steve Harvey. I think Shaq may have done it. I'm not quite sure about Shaq, but I think he may have. Who else? Some football players have promoted it, right? And those are the folks I can name like right off the top of my head. But that's something to think about. Why would people who claim to be black, well, I don't think they claim to be black, but people who we assume to be down for us, right? People who we assume to have our back and, to have some type of a concern about black people, right? They may not be out here speaking on the mic, marching in the streets or whatever, but we assume that they have a concern about black people. But I'm like, if you do, and if you want good things for black people, why would you promote something that will get you into debt? An extremely large amount of debt for not much of a payoff. These for-profit colleges will take your financial aid, they'll take you like your Pell Grants and your financial aid, student loans money. They'll take all that money, overcharge you, keep taking that money until either you graduate or you can't borrow anymore because they've taken all the money that you are allowed to borrow. Because on federal loans, there is a cap. There is a cap when it comes to how much you can borrow. right? I believe on federal loans it's about 50,000 for undergraduate education. So like a 4-year, you know, 4-year degrees and below. So like bachelor's degrees and below, you are only allowed to borrow up to about $50,000 from, the federal government. And usually these for-profit colleges tend to be, well, they do graduate studies too. They do. For graduate studies, the cap is about $138,000. And that's a lot of money. And some people even borrow and take out private student loans, which are extremely predatory and should probably really be either shut down or investigated and strongly regulated. They have crazy interest rates that just come out of nowhere. Like 1 minute they can be one interest rate, and then the next month it's like spiked, and you're paying like a lot of money, and it's for the money that, like, you borrow like 10,000, but by the time you pay it off, you paid off like $100,000. It's like they really take advantage of people. And some people take out private loans to go to Strayer University and University of Phoenix. What else? DeVry. And some of these colleges have even been shut down, right? I know Everest has been shut down. And there's some more too. I think like Omnitech is probably one that was shut down. So like some people have degrees that are like technically worthless. Like they don't have any value behind them, because the people were just in it strictly for the money, and they just set up like almost like a scam. Well, it is a scam, but kind of like, just really predatory, right? And black celebrities who promote these colleges, they should be called out. They should be held accountable. But I guess maybe we just have bigger issues to deal with. I don't know. But that's just sort of like something that kind of was on my mind for a minute since I heard Queen Latifah's commercial advertising for Strayer University. And also, like, just higher education in general. I'm just like, it's kind of like people are getting overcharged, I think, in my personal opinion. Overcharged for either the name of the university, like if you go to a prestigious university, or perhaps just overcharged, just trying, for no reason even, just because it's like, a private for-profit college, you're getting overcharged. And student loans can be the devil if you don't use them correctly. Like, student loans can either set you up for the win or set you up for the loss. And like I have a buddy who used to work for a for-profit college, the Art Institute, and he told me stories about people who come up there and like have sued the school because of this type of stuff. But he sued the school. Well, he didn't sue the school, but people came up angry, sued the school because they felt like they were taken advantage of. Some people didn't even have their high school diplomas before they were like registered and accepted into the college, by the way. Just like, setting people up and getting them right, even not even after graduation, but before they graduate, they're trying to get them. It's really like, this is like something that really needs to be talked about more. Because I think when, out of ignorance, people see schools and assume that they are, honest, trustworthy, dependable institutions. And in some cases they are, but in other cases they're not. And I even question the government as to why they are even allowing these for-profit colleges to continue, right? Why are they even allowing these for-profit colleges to continue and to operate? I think something's going to end up happening where these for-profit colleges, something's going to happen to where I think the era may end. I don't know when, but I think eventually the era may end up ending. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know when though. But yeah, again, I question these black celebrities. Like, why y'all advertising this to us, especially to our youth? And I think these colleges get people who are like, poor, of course, poor minority, right? Poor, people of color. They try to get them early. And that's it seemed like somewhat their like target demographic, honestly. Right? And people who are a little ignorant to how education works, right? And think that, basically all colleges are more or less the same. And it's just like, how is this even allowed to take place? How is this even legal? But I guess if it makes money, then it's good, right? If it makes money, it's all good. If they paying their taxes, the government don't care, right? And they get money from the Pell Grant because, like I said, a lot of these students are kind of like working class. So they're getting Pell Grant money. And that is government. That's money from the government, from, taxpayer money that they're using to finance these diploma meals, And I'm just like, why are these black folks participating in this? Why not just say, no, I can't advertise this? And that's either they are really ignorant or just really hungry for money. But when they get called out on it, they're going to be acting ignorant. I really think they're just going to be like, I didn't know. I thought this, I thought that. All colleges, were upstanding institutions, right? But that's just my rant that I wanted to go on for a moment about for-profit colleges and how I don't trust them. I don't think that they are good for anybody, really, but especially for black people, though. I don't think that they're good. I think that anyone who is advertising these colleges to you, to black people, I think that they are hungry for money, that they're predatory, and that they should be called out and held accountable. And I don't think that we should support these people anymore. And, I like Queen Latifah, but I'm like, if you're doing this, like, what else you doing? Like, what else you up to if you're going to advertise this bullshit to the community? Yeah. But that's just my rant that I want to go on for a sec. Thanks for watching. Until the next video, adios and goodbye for now.